Welcome to Whiteboard Wednesday. My name is Giles and my business is Equidity. And in today's whiteboard session, we're going to talk a little bit more about the asset bank and why you should be using property as an investment tool to build assets to fund your future. We talked about the best time to be investing was during your working career. You focus on your career and your family and having fun, and alongside that, or in parallel to that, we're building an asset base for the future. The example we used was a $1 million home. We said 10, 15 years. If we buy the right asset, it'll have doubled in value. Another 10 to 15 years, we have doubled again. Gives you 4 million. But what we can't be fooled with is that it's not necessarily 4 million in our asset bank, because when we bought for 1 million, we borrowed 800,000 from a lender. So we have to subtract the 800,000 and leave us with 3.2 million. And again, we've got to be honest of what the value of that asset is at that time. But hopefully in this scenario, we bought a quality asset for 1 million, 20 to 30 years later, it increased in value to 4 million, less the debt which we borrowed, left us with 3.2 million. And this is what's really important, because the asset bank is not the value of your portfolio or the number of properties in your portfolio. All that matters is the equity that is in your portfolio. And this is where a lot of people seem to get a little bit confused, because they focus on volume of properties and say $1 million asset can do the job. They focus on quantity. So we're not talking about 10 properties in 10 weeks or 10 years, because the way that model works is leveraging the cash flow. But when you get good rent or higher yield, properties are usually in areas where you don't enjoy the same level of capital growth. So there's little point in having, say we have 10 properties at 350,000 each, which is 3.5 million. If that's 90% debt, and in 20 or 30 years, it's only gone up to 4 million, then we still have to deduct the debt. So say the debt was 3.1 million, it leaves us 0.9 of a million. So we've still got some growth, but we've got 20 properties or 10 properties, which is high maintenance. So we've got a lot of other holding costs which are more significant. And the difference between the growth that's been achieved is quite significant. And this is really why it's so important to focus on capital growth, because that's what's going to fill the asset bank and give you the options for your future, as opposed to volume of properties or slightly positive cash flow, which allows you to leverage and leverage, because what you're doing is you still end up with a very high proportion of debt, which deducted from a small amount of capital growth doesn't leave you with the same opportunities for your future. Yeah. I hope that all makes sense to you. If you'd like more detail around that, then please reach out. I'd love the opportunity to talk to you about it some more. Thanks for watching.